Attention visionaries and pioneers, the future of wealth is here, and it's spelled B-I-T-C-O-I-N, Bitcoin. Introducing the exclusive Loans for Bitcoin program at the Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club, where your good credit unlocks 0% interest loans for up to 2 years, or term loans up to $250,000 spread over 7 to 12 years. Why wait? Use this capital to acquire the world's fastest appreciating asset, Bitcoin. With prices hovering around 94,000 and projections aiming much higher by the year's end, the time to act is now. Leverage isn't just for Wall Street anymore. Arbitrage the low cost of your loan against Bitcoin's explosive growth. It's smart finance for the modern investor. And privacy matters. Our no KYC Bitcoin purchase program ensures you buy and self-custody your assets in your own wallet. Your keys, your Bitcoin, your future. And as the world shifts to digital currencies, be ahead of the curve. Front-run corporations, governments, in this greatest financial revolution of our times. I'm Jay Bose, CEO of Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club. Call or text us today at 941-413-6920 and get started on that loan application. Secure your legacy. You will thank yourself tomorrow.
And we are live. Good morning, everybody. It's your favorite truck driver, ex-truck driver in the whole wide world. It's Bitcoin Ben. Here this morning with Brian Harrington. What's up, Brian? How are you, brother?
Cheers. It's always a little bit early, but I'm up, and no better way to wake up than with Bitcoin Ben and the crew.
Oh man, you guys over at Hold, you guys are killing it. You guys went public this week. And I just want to jump right in. What was it like actually being the first ever Bitcoin financially, or I don't know how you would phrase it, but you guys are first.
Yeah, pure play finance company, pure play Bitcoin finance company. And I mean, the pictures speak for itself. Like Full took a giant team. The pictures speak for itself. The confetti went off. You know, we got Will right there in the center. We've got just Matt and Jeremy from our customer service right behind him. Everyone in Bitcoin Ben knows Matt, and it's cool. Like I just the smiles are so genuine, and Fold has grown up, and it's cool. It's really cool.
I remember when you guys launched, I think it was like 2018. Is that right?
19. Yep.
Oh, right around there, because I remember, I don't know if it was you who reached out, or there was someone who reached out and was like, hey, this is what we're doing. Is there any way you could give us a little shout out on X or something? And I'm like, hell yeah, dude, you guys, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And just watching you guys grow and flourish, and everyone I know has a Fold card. It was like and I use you guys as an example at our club. It's like, well, what can you really do with Bitcoin? And I'm like, you can shop with it. It's like, oh, really? And I Fold.
Yeah.
Like, look, they have an app. You can voila, ba-boom, you're shopping.
Completely agree. That's a big thing that just a lot of people, we talk a lot about the future, like Bitcoin will be X in the future and you'll experience financial freedom in the future. Or we also talk about, hey, Bitcoin is happening in El Salvador, or Bitcoin is happening for rich people on Wall Street. You're right. No, Fold app is for the regular just person in the United States, like that does their personal finances, is orange pilled, and wants to incorporate Bitcoin in their personal finances. That's truly my favorite thing about it, is that in Bitcoin itself has grown so big that you do have all these little niches and pockets now. And so I try to not spend all my time thinking about Wall Street or other countries, or just, I'm just truly like, no, dude, I'm in my like suburbs area, era. Like, I'm a dad, I've got little kids, I'm trying to manage my personal finances. Like, life, the hours are just like slipping by during the day faster. Like, everyone told me this would happen, but I'm like feeling it happen in real time. And I'm like, no, I need a way to incorporate Bitcoin and everything I love about it into my day to day.
Oh yeah, and it because I'm a little crazy, I have lived on actual Bitcoin. I think I'm going on year number 6.
Mhm.
And that's why I tell everyone, it's like, oh Ben, how'd you get so successful? You know, and I'm like, dude, when you switch your life over to all friggin' bit now, mind you, because of the clubs and operating expenses and all that, I have checking accounts with, you know,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I have to have those because not every place accepts, Bitcoin. And but other than that, I own um I nah, I guess I do own, I think I got a $40,000 portfolio that I had from a place I worked at when I was like in like my mid-20s or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
That I just never rolled over to Bitcoin.
Yep.
And but everything else I am full Bitcoin.
I, Ben, I want to build off that because I think so. I'm going to be on a panel Wednesday of the conference that talks about what the FIRE movement, what the financial independent retire early kind of movement gets wrong about Bitcoin. And while I think that's a great topic, I also think there's something that the Bitcoin community can do better at, and it is talk about financial freedom. Like, we talk a lot about the edges. We talk about the tech, we talk about the wallets, we talk about the whatever. We talk about the philosophical and kind of political movement. We talk about Wall Street, we talk about macroeconomics, all this stuff. But no, really, for the individual, like what you just laid out, you going more all in on Bitcoin and incorporating as deep into your stack, business and personal, as possible, has changed your life. Like, Bitcoin has changed my life. Like, I'm calling you today from like the second walk-in closet of my third house. Like, I'm in my early 30s in California. That's not easy. Like, that's not everyone is able to do that. And my wife and I have been able to do that because we created a backstop early of juicing our savings with Bitcoin and getting off of the fiat money system. And we don't talk about that enough because it feels, maybe, I don't know, Bitcoiners are humble or something. I don't know, but it just, no, you have real estate people all out on the internet that are just like, this is the path to financial freedom. You have all of the like dividend stock people that are like 4% rule and build your dividend portfolio. And they're like, this is the path to financial. Like, no, look, Bitcoin is better than fiat money. Run whatever spreadsheet math you want with your other systems. If inflation and grocery prices and money supply is expanding, that's jacking with your math on your financial freedom. And you have to have a Bitcoin component of it. And so I think we can do a better job as the Bitcoin community. Honestly, just really punching that in the face of, if you're serious about financial freedom, there is a place for Bitcoin in your life. There has to be.
Yeah, it is the only way that you truly grow wealth off of your past labor. And I've explained it, and all of our clubs, our reserves are all in Bitcoin.
Mhm.
All of it. I mean, I've actually done that pre-Michael Saylor with every company I had. It's
Yeah.
like, and it because it just makes sense. I mean, people are like, oh, I use it for like a savings account. No, I use it for checking. I use it for savings. I use it for 401k, which um, um, here in about a month or two, we are launching a program, and it's actually called 401b. And and we show you how to take your old 401k as efficiently as possible, and we roll it into all friggin' Bitcoin. Because no matter, I don't care if you are the most optimistic person on Wall Street, the most you can even look at is like, oh, okay, I can gain about 12% a year. And that's on the sunshiny, rosy side. You know, right now, if you're averaging maybe 4 or 5 or 6, you're winning the Wall Street game. Well, us, you and me, living in Bitcoin, we won't even roll out of bed for 14%.
No, exactly.
And,
No, the math speaks for itself. And then the other line that I think is just hitting really well that is new is like, look, the Bitcoin ETFs were the most successful ETF launch in the history of ETFs. So I just explained this on our real estate YouTube channel last night. I was just like, look, first off, like underwriting, real estate people understand underwriting. Like other crypto, you have to underwrite it differently. It's just different. And we don't have to say that in the normal like competitiveness, like Bitcoin maximalism. It's more of just like hey, for you, like normie that hasn't gotten started at all, it is helpful to realize underwrite these differently and then understand that Bitcoin alone is the most successful launch like in the history of ETFs and is a thing. Your index funds are already exposed to Bitcoin. These indices of the stock market, like the US stock market is already has a reliance on Bitcoin, and that is going to just continue to increase. And so like you have to come to terms with it.
yeah, actually, I saw on X that BlackRock's ETF for the Bitcoin just passed more volume than their gold ETF.
Yeah.
And it's just flying past it. I mean, and nothing against gold bugs. I love you guys. We're on the same path. We're just way ahead of you. And it's oh, it hit 3,000, whatever. And I'm like 3,000. We're sitting at 96,000. And you guys are like jumping up and down that in like 8 months you gained like 40%. And
well, and that's where you bring it all back to fold and just like using Bitcoin in your daily life. Like again, sweet. You're sitting on this bullion that is doing whatever. Awesome.
Yep.
But you gotta take it down to the local like store, run through the like procedure to pull it back into dollars. So now you're back into the like weakest currency. And now that's only paper money. So then what do? You have to walk the paper money over to your bank, and then it's on the account routing number. Fold has the account routing number and the Bitcoin all together. So it's just this system of like being in hard money and then pulling it into your day-to-day finances is smoother and smoother on Bitcoin. Do you, in your clubs, do you get more walk-in traffic from like real estate people or stock people or gold people?
I don't really know that information. But what I can tell you is actually most people who walk in, we have an age range, really. It's I'd say 40 to 40 and up. There's a lot of older people who are retiring or have already retired, who have looked at their retirement and go, I'm going to outlive this.
Yeah.
They're worried about it. And
to be honest, I'm really thankful for. I think you serve Bitcoin Ben in your club serves a really good niche of that, because again, a lot of the content and information out there skewed for older demographic is just very like tilted towards Wall Street, and then a lot of the kind of Bitcoin influencers that have the largest voices are like skew younger, and that's just That's just kind of for nature of how Bitcoin is and that stuff. And so I think that's why you're seeing the growth that you are, and like there's and are helping as many people as you are.
Oh yeah, it's I knew as uh, as the price would rise, we would get a lot of attention. Well, the problem is there's a lot of people who want information, but unlike us, they don't know YouTube is an option, and if they do, they don't know who they can trust. They don't have any clue. Like they have no idea about you guys or any other legitimate companies. And when they walk in and they see our clubs are very nice, very, very beautiful clubs. These aren't like, hey, come in and while you wait for us to repair your phone screen, we'll talk to you about Bitcoin. You know, that's not what we do. And really a lot of the interest is local retail outlets, because there's a lot of companies, small and larger, who are just getting eaten up with inflation. They're getting their asses handed to them. And they'll actually walk in and go, all right, can this help me save my company?
Right.
And I'm like, yes, this can help you save your family, your company, your employees. And and this is the example I've actually given people lately is right now, my wife is in St. Louis and she's looking at a house because we have a smaller house there, but she wants something bigger with a yard. And we're just going to pay cash for it because but the secret is I'm selling Bitcoin that when I actually purchased it, I think the Bitcoin was probably maybe $1,000 each. So we're actually in real USD, we are going to pay $4,000 for a $400,000 house.
Yes. That's amazing.
And when I explain that, they're like, wait, what? And it's really, there's so many opportunities here. We have a system at our club where if you own, say you have 10 full actual Bitcoins, well, we can actually get you a loan against your Bitcoin, roll that loan into one of our actual partners who are doing mining. And that loan, the revenue that you generate off of the mining pays the loan and you every month. So it's literally getting free Bitcoin and you never sell your Bitcoin. And people love that program. They're like, wait, so I can get free Bitcoin all day long, all day long.
What I like about your house purchase example is you're doing the accounting in terms of financial freedom. You're doing the accounting in terms of a real life impact on your life. And part of what's been frustrating to me about the Bitcoin personal finance advice that is out there, mostly on Twitter and just is it's very focused on kind of measuring your Bitcoin net worth number. And it has to do with like, oh, well, you know, Bitcoin is harder money. Like it's going to demonetize the like store of value portion of real estate. So real estate should drop to its utility. Like, and again, yes, like, yes, from a spreadsheet, from a concept wise, totally. But again, from a where you are in life and what your partner and yours like goals are, and you having proximity to your businesses in St. Louis and like doing this whole thing, like that trade is there. And you're right, the $4,000 that went into Bitcoin up, and what does that $4,000 mean? Those were like, that was physical Ben labor that left. That was finite time that was traded for a currency that is also finite, but would have been stuck in dollars back in the day. But you made a choice, stored it in something better, and it's literally accomplishing bigger and better goals in real time, like for you. And that is everything. That's everything. And the other thing that underscores is you have a belief that you can just stack again. The Bitcoin is still there. Like when you talk about abundance and you talk about opportunities, it's still there again. I'm taking the $4,000 from the old days that would have been stuck in fiat. We're changing our life with a bigger house close to our businesses and having like multiple locations here. And I still got all this other stuff going on that's stacking Bitcoin. And so I think it really has to like, it's funny because Bitcoin is scarce, which is good. But if your mindset is scarce, you're actually like, you actually have way bigger appetite for taking on risk with the opportunity that Bitcoin is than sometimes we give our brains credit for.
Yeah, and I really hear that a lot. It was like, you know, I don't know about like taking out a home loan and actually purchasing Bitcoin. Well, it's a risk reward and everyone's completely different, you know. It's but as I explain it is, look, if you risk it and it works, it's life-changing. I mean, literally life-changing right now. If you risk it and it doesn't quite play out, you sell the Bitcoin, you pay off the loan. So the risk is not really there because it's risky to run down the road nude and think you won't get arrested. But it's not risky to walk down the sidewalk in clothing. You know, it's really, my point is we have 14 or 15 years of history, and it's proven itself over and over and over again that on average every year it goes up about 40 to 60%. Well, that, and as they say, unless there is something catastrophic, the trend will continue. And also, and I want your opinion on this, I don't see us, I think that the 4-year cycles are basically over because, and the reason I say that is for the last 12 years or probably up until 2020, everything was retail. And retail is much more emotional than corporate. Now we have more corporate volume than we have retail volume. And if you look at Michael Saylor, you look at BlackRock, none of these people are going to sell
Mhm.
So who's going to sell once we hit a market cap of 10, 15, 20 trillion? There won't actually be enough whales willing to sell at that point.
Yeah.
So we're not going to have huge drops. Now, we may drop like 10, maybe 20, maybe 25, something like that, but we're not having an 80% correction.
Yeah. Yeah.
How's your view on that?
Yeah. So I buy that. I buy that conceptually. Like I buy that conceptually. I still struggle a little bit with the like, okay, what should the regular person do with that? Like, say that's true. Say that's true. I still struggle a little bit with the like, okay, I'm hearing that on the podcast. You know, the logic checks out. Loosely agreed. I think that either way, the thing that's in your control is how much of your savings bucket are you contributing to Bitcoin? How much of your medium term bucket are you contributing to Bitcoin? How much of your short term bucket are you contributing to Bitcoin? And like what are the 4-year cycles of your life goals almost? Like because
Very good point.
That's the part that I think kind of and I'm speaking from experience of like when my wife and I like I kind of speak again towards you're never ready to have kids. You're never ready to buy a house. You're never ready to like leave your job and do the other thing. Like that's never none of that is and whatever that equivalent is for however old like the listeners are, like that's never going to line up perfect with the macroeconomic thing, even if you nail the call. And so it's more about what you talked about of like knowing what your risk tolerance is and matching your risk tolerance and your life goals up to this thing. And because not doing anything is also risky. Like not doing anything is risky. And so
that's the riskiest you can do is not do anything.
Yes. And a lot of Bitcoin content kind of just we continue to try to like nail this macro call, talk about what the like institutional money is doing. And that's all interesting and fine. And it's interesting. But I just think there is a lot more kind of like going quiet, like going introspective and just be like, look, I understand this opportunity. I understand Bitcoin's better than fiat money. I understand the products that are out there. And this is my specific mix of them that I'm going to use to accomplish this in 18 months. And here's my downside and here's my upside. And the faster that you can just run those shots on goal for yourself almost makes you agnostic to what the 4-year cycle is doing or the good economy or the bad economy is doing, because that's what you want. What you actually want is you actually want freedom from having to care about that. And that's what Bitcoin provides. Dollars are what cause I know you're talking about the 4-year cycle of Bitcoin, but like dollars are what cause the business cycle of the good economy or bad economy. Like, and that was a big thing for me, man. Like thinking back to my parents and just thinking back to my grandparents of just, they were just on this bus of the other people controlling the economy or whatever. And there was I think a lot of people feel like that you don't have a way to like get anything back under your control. And Bitcoin is that. Like Bitcoin is get it under your control, become agnostic to the cycles, and just knock out like your path for your life.
Yeah, it's we here in America, we've lived under a regime of, I see it as criminality since about 1911. A little bit earlier, actually, if you really dig into the Federal Reserve and how that whole thing was shaped. And so for 120 years-ish or whatever, we've lived in a society where the government has trapped us in perpetual labor, because whatever we would earn a year later was worth less.
Mhm.
So if you retired in 1988,
Mhm.
well, and yours, and God hope you're alive right now, you're screwed. And what they tell you is, the inflation has actually held up against the prices. And I'm like, wait, so you didn't really capture a gain. You just kept up with the devaluing.
Mhm.
And they're like, and that's our system. That's what we went with.
Yeah. No, it's sad. It's sad. It's super sad and frustrating. And that's why Bitcoin, Bitcoin's a path to a different way of doing it.
All right. Now, I have a serious question, and I get this all the time. When is your guys' credit card coming out?
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
moly.
Yeah. I knew that one was coming. So wait, let's just end it. So the team should be putting out who got the prizes off the wait list like pretty soon. Unfortunately, I don't have like an update for you on that because
Okay.
kind of back to the first point, Fold's big now. Fold's big. And so I have to hit you with the like, I'm not like fully on the credit card team. I'm like working on the merchant offers and getting more gift cards in the app and like doing all that stuff. But like we'll round you out and like bring someone from the credit card team because I'm super pumped and thankful that everyone got on the list for that because it is going to change the game. Like it's going to change the game. Stacking Bitcoin is going to become like that much more passive, that much more just kind of ingrained into your day-to-day life. Here's what I want to leave people with. Whatever daily driver credit card they are currently using, you can still stack that with the merchant offers. So if you have people that are like, hey, I still, again, personal finance is super personal. If you have other debit cards that you already like and whatever, and so you're not fully running your personal finances through Fold, awesome. Here's a first step. Here's truly a first step for everyone in the club and everyone listening. Take whatever your daily driver credit card is, bring it to the merchant offers app, tab of the app, bring it to the gift cards tab. You can still get Amazon, Instacart, Uber Eats, DoorDash. Stack your credit card points with that and just run your day-to-day groceries. Nordstrom, I was just at Nordstrom at the mall like last week. You can get like Nordstrom gift cards. So anything you've got going on, you're able to stack it with any card that you're using. And that's what I got for you today.
Yeah. And I have earned my way up the list.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait because every month in credit cards, I probably pay near $80,000 to $100,000 worth of a lot of crap on a credit card, and I actually get points. Well, as soon as a Fold, I don't care if I have to get a Fold credit card for every location.
Yep.
Because I'm like, holy crap, I could be rolling that into all Bitcoin, and that's exciting. That is so exciting.
That's exactly the thesis. Like, look, Bitcoin rewards are better than fiat rewards. Bitcoin rewards are better than other miles and points and things that can be reduced the same way that fiat just like can be reduced. That's exactly the thesis.
Yep. I look at it as if you're earning rewards in actual actual Bitcoin, you're getting rewarded with labor value, which means, and this kind of goes into the weeds, but this is how I view it, is your labor value, the labor you put into society should grow because your society grows in value over time.
Yes.
So each layer of labor should have a higher value as time actually goes by.
Yep.
It's and so if you're living your life pegged to the US dollar, you're losing labor value. You're losing what you worked for last year. You have to work 10% more this year.
Mhm.
Where when you live your life solely on Bitcoin or as much as you can, your labor value from last year gains 40% of value this year on average.
Definitely. The best YouTube video for this, people should search everything divided by 21 million on YouTube, because I
Yes.
completely agree. Like, owning Bitcoin is like you're an investor in the efficiency of society. You're an investor and you're a shareholder in all of society getting better. You hear the term like a rising tide lifts all boats, like that's just like a catchy saying. But in Bitcoin, like actually, when you remove the siphoning off of the devaluation of your labor, every year you're compounding. Every year and all the time you're compounding towards society, like getting rid of that siphoning off. You're right.
Yeah, and how I explain it is when you switch over to living on Bitcoin, you're gaining your labor value and everyone else in the network's labor value.
Yes.
So, and I have actually been on shows and I've explained how if you're a progressive, even if you're a communist, this is for you, because this is, you gained value because Michael Saylor, a billionaire, is in the same network as you.
Mhm.
So you talk about evening out the playing field.
Mhm.
Welcome to it.
Completely agree. No, and I think that's big. I think we have to say that more often. We have to say that more often. We have to talk about that more often, because that is such a, it's the opposite. It's the opposite of how the fiat economy works. The fiat
Yep.
economy works is power just accrues and accrues and accrues and gets siphoned off and siphoned off and siphoned off. And like you said, if your main asset is labor, you're on the bottom of the totem pole in the fiat economy. And that's like, and it's very, very difficult to, it's impossible to climb up the totem pole with labor as your only asset. Like,
Yep.
asset holders, stocks, real estate, like, are the only ones that climb up. And that's the way that system works. That's the way that system works. And so replacing fiat money with asset-based money changes that entire situation.
Absolutely. All right, hang on one second. Word from the sponsor.
Are you buying and selling cryptos on the same laptop that you're using to browse the internet, read your email, and visit social media sites? If so, you're exposing your cryptos to theft. Whenever you're online, you're at risk of getting hacked and having your identity stolen. How would you feel if someone stole all of your cryptos? What would that do to your finances? Guard your cryptos with a safe and secure laptop from CALIX Solutions. Each laptop is set up just for you and your cryptos, and then we walk you through exactly how it works. Don't risk the security of your cryptos. Order a crypto laptop from CALIX Solutions now to secure your crypto future. Learn more at calixsolutions.io.
And we're back. Yep, this is such an exciting time. And speaking about exciting times, Vegas. We got to talk about Vegas.
Yeah.
Our clubs and you guys over at Fold and the wonderful people at Orange Pill app, we're having an after party in Vegas.
Yes.
And we've actually gotten this tremendous place. And it's just so much energy, and I'm so excited for this friggin' conference because what are you looking forward to most with this conference?
Yeah, I'm glad that it's back on the West Coast. As a California guy, like I'm glad that it's on the West Coast. I'm gonna drive out. I just enjoy it, dude. We put the Tesla on autopilot. I just show up in Vegas. I just shout out to my favorite casino in Vegas. My favorite casino is Ellis Island. It's the family-owned casino that's closest to the Strip. Just a really great story. They have an attached brewery. They have like $5 and $10 craps. I love it. It's just a great time. And so this conference for me is very like, I'm just driving and enjoying it and going to be very relaxed. Like I'm excited to be on the panel. I'm excited to just go to the parties and just Uber around. Like here's the thing. Guys, get on Fold, get your Uber gift cards, Bitcoin your whole week. Okay. Bitcoin your entire week. And yeah, just enjoy it. Like I love Vegas. Like I love Vegas, and Bitcoin is on the world stage. Like they did it. Like truly, shout out to just David Bailey, my friend George McHale. Like everyone at Bitcoin Magazine did it. They took a very big bet on honestly just the future of Bitcoin, the future of America, and what they did and what they do is very interesting and very influential. And so. The other thing about it, this convention center we're going to, my understanding is it's the same convention center as Money 2020, which is like the largest kind of like TradFi fintech conference in the US. And so I love that parody of, guys, Bitcoin is here. Like Bitcoin's been here, but it's here and it's big. And so Brian Johnson is speaking. I'm excited about that. Like I love his videos. I love that. Like again, he's like, look, the world is changing. Technology is changing. You don't have to be unhealthy anymore. Like you can change. And that's the same thing we're saying about the money is that you don't have to use shitty money anymore. You don't have to. Like technology is here and like the world is good and the world is awesome. And so no, like I just tweeted out the flyer. People go find that, tag Ben, tweeted out the flyer. Orange, and then let's talk about Orange Pill app. Orange Pill app lets you meet local Bitcoiners. Like it truly lets you build the circular economy and the network of knowing Bitcoiners in your place. So if you're living in a town that doesn't have a Bitcoin Ben club yet, get on Orange Pill app. Get on it either way, but get on Orange Pill app. And you begin to be the person that builds that network, and you get the first 3 people together. You get the first 4 to 5 people together. That can snowball, and that becomes your crew that you're able to do. Like, hey, the very first time I met Ben was on a speaking tour when he came through my meetup town. We ran a meetup in Orange County, California. And again, the crypto people in every town talk to each other and know each other. And so there was local Bitcoin Ben crew that brought him to town. And that's what led me there. And so you can be that in your town, wherever you are. And Orange Pill app is the tool for that.
I remember that. God, that was like in 2000, I think like 2020, maybe 2019 or something like that.
Yeah, it was either 19 or early 20 at the Tilted Kilt in Anaheim, California.
Yes, we had a great time that day. Yeah. It was that's why I am so thankful with how this is all going, because those of us who have actually been here for years, we just knew that this was big.
Yeah.
It's okay. We cannot have this technology, which is so revolutionary, and not have it grow. Because like they say, you do not change the Bitcoin changes you.
Yeah.
And it does. It's absolutely amazing. All right, Brian, hey, let everyone know how they can reach you and any information or what they should do. I have a link under all of our shows for the actual Fold app, and
Yep.
then you download the app,
Yep.
and you guys got to get a Fold card. That's
Yep.
the key. And let everyone know where they can find you, because you actually put out very good information out on X a lot.
Yeah. Follow me on X and YouTube at Brain Harrington for both. And I put out long form videos on YouTube, put out tweets on X, about incorporating Bitcoin into your personal finances. Use Bitcoin Ben's link and get Fold app. Use Bitcoin Ben's link, get Fold app. Join us in Vegas at the party on Wednesday night. Use the Uber offer inside Fold to Uber there. And I look forward to meeting you there and hearing about how much Bitcoin rewards you got on that Uber ride over there. And so, follow me on X, send me a DM, and I'll see you in Vegas.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brian. It's you energize me when I talk to you, because you're like me. You're so excited. You're just like, and then this, and then this, and then this.
Yep. No, same. We're going to go crush it. All right, guys. We'll see you later.
Brother, love you. All right, great job, man. I love that guy. Hey, if you're in Vegas and you're at the conference, come and check us out at our booth. We have a huge booth. This is like one of the largest ones they offer, and we are. I don't remember exactly where we're located, but I think we're like right near the center, right by all of the other like huge media and influencers and stuff. And everyone, have a great day. I love you guys. And remember, kick ass and take names and use your Fold card. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Attention visionaries and pioneers, the future of wealth is here, and it's spelled Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Introducing the exclusive Loans for Bitcoin program at the Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club, where your good credit unlocks 0% interest loans for up to 2 years, or term loans up to $250,000 spread over 7 to 12 years. Why wait? Use this capital to acquire the world's fastest appreciating asset, Bitcoin. With prices hovering around 94,000 and projections aiming much higher by the year's end, the time to act is now. Leverage isn't just for Wall Street anymore. Arbitrage the low cost of your loan against Bitcoin's explosive growth. It's smart finance for the modern investor. And privacy matters. Our no KYC Bitcoin purchase program ensures you buy and self-custody your assets in your own wallet. Your keys, your Bitcoin, your future. And as the world shifts to digital currencies, be ahead of the curve. Front-run corporations, governments, in this greatest financial revolution of our times. I'm Jay Bose, CEO of Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club. Call or text us today at 941-413-6920 and get started on that loan application. Secure your legacy. You will thank yourself tomorrow.